Well, days after the Keller fire, Oakland's fire chief is warning the city council any suggestion of shutting down fire stations will have a detrimental effect on people in Oakland. Shutting down the stations or cutting back on police, that's all back on the table tonight after a devastating report on the city of Oakland's budget. KRON 4's Dan Kerman reports.
The city of Oakland could be cutting cops and closing fire stations as early as December, depending on how the city council decides to close a massive budget deficit that could impact the city's bond rating.
There are no easy answers to this.
Tuesday morning, Oakland City Council members were briefed on the numbers. Oakland overspent last year by $80 million. Oakland is projected to overspend this fiscal year by $30 million. And the city's contingency budget has been triggered, requiring immediate cuts of $63 million.
We provide more services than we can afford to provide. That is the factual statement of where we are as an organization. And so the hard decisions that we will need to make are which services at what level we will no longer provide in order to stay within our resources.
Police and fire account for 75% of the city's general fund. But Oakland's fire chief warned council members if 4 or 5 fire stations had been closed when Friday's Keller fire broke out, additional homes on Campus Drive would have been destroyed.
When you consider brownouts, I understand the budget and the numbers, but it's not as simple as $20 million will help us close the budget. It's on the backs of our citizens because they're the ones that aren't going to receive the timely 911 that they've become accustomed to.
We really want to ensure public safety is a priority.
Council President Nikki Fortunato Bass says she's hopeful the city can find a way to increase revenue and reduce spending without making dramatic cuts to public safety. One key question is how to rein in the police department's $25 million in overspending on overtime.
I want to make sure we can work with the resources we have and deploy them as effectively as possible. We want to keep our community safe. We have to respond more diligently and faster to 911 calls and solve more crimes. And so how can we do that better and organize that deployment better to get those results and keep overtime in check?
The council will discuss what cuts need to be made at their November 19th meeting. Dan Kerman, KRON 4 News.